send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dog. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now. So I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwing the fastball. Just too quick for it, peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort, this piss poor. I got too much, I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money statement, I'm 10-2.
What's going on, everyone? It's KingTutsPro. Welcome back to another Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial / Adobe Premiere Pro tutorial. I am going to show you how to apply the LUTs in Final Cut Pro 10 as well as in Adobe Premiere Pro. But before I do begin and show you how to apply the LUTs, in order to get them, I'll have this link in the description of this video. You're going to go over to the color grading here, which is the only product I have on the site currently. So I am giving you guys this pack for $17, and right now you can save 15% off for the first week. This one contains 15 premium LUTs for Final Cut Pro and Premiere Pro, or any type of editing software, whether you use Sony Vegas or DaVinci Resolve. Just make sure that the software uses or accepts LUTs. This one's called Aquamarine. The left side of this picture is the image without any LUTs, and then the one on the right is with the LUT applied. So this one's called Aquamarine. The next one is called Blue Moon, as you can see. And I'm going to just cycle through these so you can see what they are. So we have Conifier, we have Cruising, Eucalypto, we have Jet Ski, Mentos, Oaxalis. It's a weird name. I don't know. I kind of made these names up. But we have Pisco Sour, we have Sand Wisp, we have Sky Magenta, and we have Solarium, we have Decino Blue, Wasabi. All of these LUTs aren't overly saturated, they're not overly done, and they don't have any of that ugly vignetting a lot of the LUTs that you probably see online have. So I wanted to avoid all of that completely. So once you download the pack, it's going to show as a zip file. So just double click and this will unzip the file and show you the LUT pack KTP. So you open that folder up and you're going to have a LUT pack here. Okay, and you have 15 different LUT with cube extensions. So in order to add that, you're going to go over to the effects in Final Cut Pro. You're going to go down to color and you're going to go to custom LUT. And right now there's no LUTs applied at all. So to actually add your LUT, you're going to go over to LUT here and you're going to go to choose custom LUT. I've already imported them so you can see them here. We're going to click choose custom LUT. You're going to go over to desktop and you can select individual LUTs if you want, or you can select all of them by selecting the first one, holding shift, selecting the bottom one and click open. And this will import all of them at once. So now that you have that imported, you can go into LUT and go down the list. So you can do Aquamarine. So you can see how beautiful and subtle this color looks. So this is a before and this is an after. And this one adds a little bit more of a teal look with a bit of reds in it. So it just kind of brings out the color a little bit more. So if you're kind of going for that look, definitely use the Aquamarine. So it has a little bit of blues in there and it kind of affects the highlights, of course. So before and after. So I'm going to go through these really quickly. We have Blue Moon. Now, some of these LUTs will look better on certain scenes. So if you're using a really bright clip, you might have to bring down the mix here, which controls the intensity. So even just applying a little bit of the mix here or bringing it down can make a dramatic look, as you can see. This one's called Citronite. It adds a little bit of a warm color to your video and kind of brings out the yellows and brightens up the highlights a little bit. So you can see it looks amazing. Now, I created all of these custom made and I did reference a lot of music videos that have been put out recently and kind of mimic that look. So, these aren't just made randomly. These are all kind of, referenced from actual music videos. So we can go to, say, Conifier. This one adds a little bit of green with blue and affects more of the shadows and midtones. So you can see it just looks amazing. I mean, look at that shot. So this is a before and after. We have Cruising here. So this adds a little bit more of a overcast look, if that makes sense, in terms of the highlights. So if I push play, you can see what it looks like. I'm going to go with Eucalypto and push play. This one adds a little bit of green of a tint with a bit of blue, and it looks amazing. It has a little bit of yellows in there as well. So it really makes that color pop in terms of the highlights. Here we have Jet Ski, adds a lot more blues in the shadows and a bit in the mids. So before and after. We have Mentos here. And this looks really good on the darker night shots here. So if I push play, So this is a before and after, not too big of a difference because they use a similar color grade. If we were to use like say, which one is it? Pisco Sour is more of a green tint LUT, but if you go to say Sky Magenta, this one look really good for a night shot, and you just bring down the mix a little bit to say 50. So before, again, this is color graded, so keep that in mind. If you're gonna be using this, use flat color profiles so it looks better. But that's the Sky Magenta. Solarium is another really good one for night shots, as you can see. Maybe here. Looks so clean. I mean, look at that. Really nice. So we have Ticino Blue, which looks like this. More of a blue hue for shadows and the mids. And if we go to Wasabi, it kind of brings up more of the saturation for the overall image. So there's a before and an after. This one makes it very cinematic. So one of my favorite ones for sure. And we have Sand Wisp here, which kind of fades, kind of creates a faded look here. Very, very good for this type of scene or clip. All right, so to apply your LUT, you're gonna first import your video by going into project and dragging your clip down in the timeline. I'm gonna change the sequence settings here. And right now under the color workspace, so if I push play here, right now there's no LUTs applied. This is just the raw videos directly from YouTube, as you can see. I mean, the video still looks really great. I mean, they've color graded this very nicely, but I think we could, apply more of a LUT on this, let's be honest. So we're gonna go over to color, we have effect controls, and we're gonna go over to the effect under this window here. So click on this little arrow and you're gonna go over to effects. And then under the search, you're gonna type in Lumetri and you're gonna scroll all the way to the bottom. Under video effects, color correction, and Lumetri color. Add Lumetri color directly to your video clip. Go to the effect controls here. If you don't have that, just go to window and effect controls. And then you should have Lumetri color, so open that one up. And under the creative tab here, just click on this little arrow and you're gonna go down to look here. So right now there's no LUTs applied because it says none. So click on this and you can select the ones that have, these preset ones made by Adobe, I believe. Not a fan of those. So we're gonna go over to custom. We're gonna go with the first one, aquamarine.cube, and click open. Now you can't select all of them at once, which sucks. So that's the downside with Premiere Pro, but just click on open. You're gonna notice now that it applies the LUT to the video clip, which looks just like that. This is the before and after. It just completely changes the look and feel of the music video. So under intensity, you can add keyframes, of course, as always, but here you can click and drag this, left and right to decrease the amount or the intensity. You can also change it in the slider here. So you can drag the intensity from 0 all the way to 200. So you can actually increase this or double the intensity, something you can't do in Final Cut Pro, which is kind of cool in Premiere. So we're gonna go down to say, I actually like the intensity at 100, and I purposely made the color grading at a certain level because I didn't want to go too crazy with the LUTs because then you'd have to change all the values, which takes more time out of your day. You can actually increase the faded film look overall of this clip, so we can increase the shadows so it kind of makes it more of a faded look. So if I go back, push play here, it looks something like this, and it looks so cool. So again, you can change all of this. You can sharpen this. You can increase the vibrance. You can bring it down. You can increase the saturation and so on. And we can go back to browse and select the next one. So Blue Moon, click open. And again, this will of course apply it to the entire clip. Say I want to apply it to this clip here. Press C and make your cut there. And then we're going to go about here just before that and make your cut there. So now we can apply it to just this one clip here. And we're going to go to this one, and this is a before and after, and of course you can change the intensity, so before and after. We can go with a different LUT here. We have Citronite, and this will leave the settings to what you left it on, so just letting you know. So you might have to bring that back to 100, and this one kind of adds a bit more reds in there, so looks just like that. Push play. Oh man, that looks so clean. So we have another one. Say we have Pisco Sour, click open. So if you think it's too much, bring it down. And we have before and after. Really, really cool stuff here. Play around with the LUTs, see what you like, and see what you can create with this. Here we have Mentos. Again, has more of orange with greens in it. So I'm gonna go and do one more just to show you. So we're gonna go with Sky Magenta. And this is what it would look like in Premiere. So Look how good that looks. And this by default has a faded look, so you don't really have to play around with the actual slider in here. So before and after, before and after. Now keep in mind, again, this is color graded, but even with it color graded, it still looks so clean. Please visit the description and check out the Selfie store. A lot of time went into this pack. It would just mean the world to me if you guys try it out. So with that being said, I will catch you on my next video.